Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best. You're happy because Tiger Woods finally has won a majaj tournament in...
No, you said I'm happy.
Well, yeah, you're always going on. We need Tiger Woods near the front, so yeah. I'm just setting you up, brother.
Okay, well, you're a shut-in on Sundays watching NFL football. That's what you...
Pretty much.
Do you get dressed?
Some days.
Some days.
Depends if we have company.
Some Sundays, you mean. I hope some days. Did you not find yourself switching over from your regular to Tiger? You didn't?
No.
You see, to me, I don't think I would have if I went over to the Chevron World Challenge after watching NFL football and saw, you know, Blake Cosmo against Zach Johnson for the I wouldn't stay on it.
Yeah.
But I saw Tiger Woods on the 17th hole going up against Zach Johnson with a chance, and he birdies to tie. To me, that's the essence of golf for me, to watch Tiger Woods up against somebody. Is he going to win it? You don't know. But he sank a birdie putt on the final hole. So to me, that's Tiger Woods. Great to see him back. 2 years without winning, 26 tournaments without winning for the world's best player. And I think it's great for sport. It's great for golf. It's good for Tiger Woods.
So what do you think that's done to his his pocketbook? Do you think it's like a deck chair falling off the Titanic? It's no really big deal for him.
It's his own tournament that raises money for his foundation that helps charity, so that's good. Does it help his pocketbook? I don't think you think of Tiger Woods in his pocketbook, Mike.
Yeah.
He makes more money outside of playing because of his endorsements. So I don't think it helps him financially, but it helps golf. It helps the average guy get interested in a sport. It's the end of the season, so when the season starts up again in the late winter, I think people will be more interested. So it's good for golf.
Yeah, he still gets the endorsements. Trojan condoms, the one that Tiger uses. I can see it now. Let's write the copy for it. Coaching, Grant. I want to talk to you about coaching in the NHL. Different processes of thinking around the NHL. You look at Buffalo, Lindy Ruff. You look at Nashville and Trotz. All these guys have been there, you know, for a long, long time. They buy into their program, they're successful. They may have drops every once in a while, but they seem to bounce back. Around the league this year, I mean, we were several games in and they were making changes in St. Louis. There was talk they were going to make changes in Columbus. There's talk, they're even talking about making changes in Tampa Bay after Guy Boucher was anointed the super coach of the new bloods, right? So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the market, first of all, in the NHL. Is there enough pressure on the Nashville Predators for the coaches to go, to be fired? Probably not. Buffalo, that is a coaching market. But you see a guy like Bruce Boudreau leave the Washington Capitals, arguably one of the best teams in the NHL, underperform, then he goes in a few days over to Anaheim, they still don't win. So I'm wondering how important coaching is. But I think you see a guy like Mike Yeo go to the Minnesota Wild. Nobody's ever heard of this guy. Minnesota Wild didn't make the playoffs last year. I think before the season, everybody would say the Wild, oh, they'll compete, maybe make the playoffs, probably not. Here they are, as we tape this, at the beginning of this week, on December the 5th, first overall in the NHL. And to me, I think it's because coaches do one thing, and that is create an environment to succeed. Not necessarily X's and O's, but make players feel good about themselves to perform. And if players perform, if they feel good about themselves, they'll perform. Where to me, there's too much coaching in the NHL where it's browbeating, it's more negative. And that to me is where I don't like about the Sutters. It's too much negative stuff. It's too serious. Brendan Morrison
is old school.
It's old school, and I don't think it works anymore with today's athlete. Brendan Morrison's been around the NHL. He's now with the Flames, doesn't play much anymore. But that's the one thing he noticed with the Flames is that why is everybody so serious? Why does everybody get down on themselves? And to me, that's what coaches do. That's what good managers do of businesses. Creates a positive culture so people can do what they do best. And I think that's where coaching comes in. So, Mike Yeo seems to be doing that. Did Guy Boucher do that in Florida last year? I guess he did, but why isn't he doing it now? At the same time, you got to have players who have talent too.
Well, I keep going back to the 1989 Stanley Cups and the series against the Vancouver Canucks. And I think you're the one that told me about this story. But after they lost the 6th game in Vancouver, They were just so wound up, so tense. And Cliff Fletcher says, here, drink some beer, get on the bus, drink some beer, relax, forget about it. And some guys just push and push and push and push until guys can't respond, and they break, they snap, they get too tight.
I think that's been a problem around the Flames over the years. There's been too much negative pressure around this team. I mean, I know Flames fans want their team to win. What team, you know, doesn't try to win? But I think the aspect of fun disappears sometimes. If you're talking about '89, Cliff Fletcher, I was on that bus after they lost Game 6 in Vancouver.
You got hammered, didn't you?
I did not. We were about to leave the PNE, Pacific Coliseum, wherever that's called, and then it's no more. And Fletcher kicked the media off the bus, and he addressed the team to relax, but he also said, if we don't win this series, heads will roll. So he did add pressure to the team at that time, but he told the team to relax, and they did. They still had to go to double overtime in Game 7. Once they beat Vancouver, they started to relax a lot more.
Sure.
So I'm always impressed about coaches, though, Mike. I mean, do they create that atmosphere? Do they not? Are they X's and O's guys? Who's good and who's bad? What works and why doesn't it not work the next season? To me, it's an impressive thing to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Tired of going to redneck barbecues? Well, you better call Rocky Mountain Barbecue. Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best. Great tasting food, clean and efficient service. Check us out online or call Rocky Mountain Barbecue.